Hello and welcome to Thornton 360. I'm Todd Barnes. On this episode, information on free COVID-19 vaccinations and boosters. Thornton Park staff will conduct Thornton's first BioBlitz, and we'll look at a new art installation designed to reflect the diversity of our community. But first, we begin with the latest from City Council. On first reading, Council approved an ordinance that repeals the existing regulations and enacts updated requirements for artificial turf. This will allow artificial turf to be installed up to 25% in front and publicly visible side yards for single-family homes. This also applies to back and side yards that are not visible to the public. The ordinance requires that artificial turf be free of PFAS. There are also other installation standards. Also approved an intergovernmental agreement with School District 27J to document their intent to purchase approximately 10 acres of property from Thornton near the future Fire Station 8 to construct a school. Once the property is platted, a resolution declaring the property surplus and authorizing its disposition will be required in addition to an amendment to this IGA to outline and finalize the details of the sale. City Council also approved the third amendment to the city budget. It is proposed to increase by just over $3.4 million and will include things like traffic signals, Fire Station 6 and 7 personnel, and a conversion of some employees to full-time. Council was provided with a report from city staff on quasi-judicial projects. The report included updates on currently active quasi-judicial projects in Thornton. Charlie Long was recognized for his contributions to the city by serving on the Metro Water Recovery District for Thornton. And Council recognized June 2023 as LGBTQ+ Pride Month in Thornton. To see the entire City Council meeting in high definition, tune to Xfinity Channel 881. You can also watch on demand anytime at thorntonco.tv or by downloading our app for Apple TV or Roku by searching Thornton in your device's app store. The next City Council meeting is Tuesday, June 13th. For more information about that meeting, visit gocot.net/council meetings. The latest edition of Thornton Now shows the extensive training for Thornton firefighters and more about the city's upcoming Pride event.
Your job, if you choose to accept it, which I know you do, is this is your nozzle. It is your only job. So these three fine gentlemen behind you are going to do all the hose movement work so that you're not pulling or pushing any hose. They're going to facilitate our movement. We're just going to go right over to the stairs. Okay, so now drop to that knee. What we like to teach people is once we're here, is we want to really kind of whip it, or there we go. So then we'll close it.
That is the goal of it, is to celebrate Pride and also show that there's opportunities to build community and make connections with other folks.
Great, and what's the date and time that this is all happening?
It'll be on June 9th from 6 to 8 p.m. If anyone wants to come out and volunteer, they are welcome to do that. They can contact us at Tashco, and we'll wrap up around 8 o'clock. And in case I didn't mention it, it is being held at Lou Murray Park, which is adjacent to the Thornton Arts and Culture Center. And then, as I mentioned before, we'll be able to go into the Oz Gallery and enjoy that space as well.
Thornton's annual Business Awards and Appreciation event was held recently. It's hosted by Thornton Economic Development and recognizes local businesses. Jenny Leon of Thornton Economic Development joins us now, and she's got more of the details. Jenny, this is a great yearly celebration, and it's a chance to recognize our businesses in a fun way, right?
Yeah, it is, and what we're really excited about is that we haven't been able to have this event since 2019. And so, we started the process in 2020, and of course that got changed. So we were really excited to be able to do this again this year. So it's a really great process. It's really fun, and we have a lot of businesses that are nominated and recognized, and we pick 6 to win the ultimate award at the end.
It's my understanding we had about 80 businesses nominated this year. Is that right?
Yes, we did. We changed the system this year. We went to popular vote, and so we promoted that on our social media channels and in lots of different avenues throughout the city. It was really great to see all the variety of businesses, from really big retail to really small, mom and pop type of shops.
That's great. We have lots of businesses here from big to small. There was something kind of unique about all the awards winners this year, right?
Yes, the exciting thing about this year and really unique was that all 6 of our business winners were family-owned businesses. And so that was just really exciting for them to see all their hard work over the past several years pay off. And they were well-established businesses too. They've been in the city for quite a while. So that was really great to see them finally get some recognition.
That's great, great. Companies with maybe smaller marketing budgets getting a good recognition, we're all for that. And now let's take a look at some of the winners.
My dad started the company in 1936, and we're a manufacturer. What we do is we manufacture caulking and sealants, mostly for the housing industry. So we will provide what we say from roof to foundation, the best sealant solution. So we're concerned about what's great to seal your roof, siding, windows, cracks in concrete, that kind of thing. And we're sold in a lot of retail locations like hardware stores, lumber yards, big boxes, so that's where you'll find our products. About 5 years ago, we came to a crossroads. At our previous plant, we were just totally out of space. We had almost 30 shipping containers outside on the lot that we were storing things in. I mean, we didn't have room to wiggle. In this space, we need to be able to, and we will be able to, at least double our production. I think we can do better than that, but to really justify getting into this larger space, we need to double production. And it's a quality building, but at the end of the day, it's an empty rectangle, and we thought, well, how are we going to make this home, and how are we going to use this to promote our culture? We came up with the vision of one company, that we wanted to promote and to recognize that we're a manufacturer and there are no second-class citizens here. So what we wanted when you came into the company, we wanted you to see in production, because that's who we are. And during COVID, many of the office people went out and started filling cartridges. Everybody knows how to do that. And we had to help in production because labor was at very tight supply. So we do feel like one company, but we wanted the physical circumstance of this building to broadcast that and to always remind us of that. That was really our goal. And I think getting the award showed us that when somebody new comes in, that communication lands. And we didn't know if it would or not. And if an outsider can tell that, then we know we're doing what we need to do for our people, but we also know that we are exporting this culture, which is what we want. One of our goals is to live our values, truth, trust, care, forgiveness, and respect, and thereby impact the world. And part of that impact is saying, look, you can treat people well, you can be honest, and still be successful in business. You don't have to cut corners.
Nuestro restaurante tiene la historia, el primer Coco Pirata fue fundado en el 2014. Nosotros tuvimos la oportunidad de abrir en el 2020, que fue un tiempo difícil por COVID, pero con la ayuda de la ciudad pudimos lograr abrir. Y en un principio sí fue muy difícil por todas las restricciones que teníamos, pero ahorita, gracias a Dios, estamos muy bien.
And we actually ended up choosing here Thornton because there's not a lot of Mexican seafood that's really popular, but it's down in Sinaloa. So we decided to implement it here and fuse it with the food that we are creating over here, and it's been just fantastic. And I think that's one of the main things that it separates us from the other restaurants, to say that we use the quality of products that we use are the best. And the way that we prepare it's unique, so the flavor, it's great.
En realidad siento que nos escogieron y nos sentimos muy agradecidos, muy emocionados por haber recibido la nominación, pero sentimos que es más que nada porque sí han visto eso, que es un negocio familiar en donde pueden experimentar algo diferente, que viene siendo la comida estilo Sinaloa y sushi estilo Sinaloa.
And it's a great team, so we were able to, by giving them a great job, a great income, they're being here and doing a great job, so they were able to bring to their families by helping us creating this atmosphere in this restaurant. So we were able to spend some time home with my daughter, my wife, being able to spend time for us. Like, I think that's considered freedom.
Es importante para nosotros el poder dar a la comunidad porque nosotros en algún momento estuvimos en situaciones difíciles y sabemos lo que es necesitar. Entonces ahorita que estamos en una posición, a lo mejor no es mucho, a lo mejor todavía no podemos dar lo que quisiéramos, pero si podemos ayudar un poquito es lo que siempre nos ha hecho importante. Mi mamá siempre dice de que las bendiciones así como tú das siempre se regresan.
A lot of people think it's great because the view that we have and the environment, and it's a lot of family coming here, and it's just a great place to be here.
Invitar a toda la gente a que si no nos ha venido a visitar, por favor lo hagan. Pienso que van a tener una experiencia diferente y que no se van a arrepentir de venir a visitarnos.
In the event of critical situations in our community, it's important that you receive emergency notifications. Thornton uses Code Red to alert residents in an emergency. Sign up today for Code Red. It's a hyper-local notification system. And stay informed about potential dangers and create a safer and more resilient community. Visit gocot.net/Code Red for more information. Free COVID-19 vaccinations and boosters are available through a partnership with 365 Health. They are offered the first Friday of each month, 1 to 6 p.m. at Carpenter Recreation Center, the second Friday of each month, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Active Adult Center, and the third Friday of each month, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Trailwinds Recreation Center. No appointments are necessary, and again, they are free. Help tell Thornton's history and join the Historic Preservation Advisory Group. Thornton was incorporated in May 1956, and we are celebrating on our social media channels and by working to preserve our history. Visit gocot.net/historyplan for more information on joining this effort. Thornton Fest is June 3rd at Carpenter Park Fields.
The City of Thornton and Premier Members Credit Union present Thornton Fest. Premier Members Credit Union is dedicated to providing financial solutions to individuals and businesses along Colorado's Front Range. On Saturday, June 3rd, come to the Carpenter Park Fields at 108th and Colorado Boulevard from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. See the car show, visit Kids Corner, eat good food, and enjoy live entertainment. Check the Thornton Activities Guide or visit the city's website for more details. Thornton Fest. Good times are found here.
And after Thornton Fest, come back to the park for the kickoff of the free summer Movies in the Park series. The featured movie on June 3rd is Space Jam. For event details and a schedule of upcoming movies, visit gocot.net/movies. Thornton's free summer concert series begins June 1st and features the Mayor's Ice Cream Social and music by the Thornton Community Band. It begins at 7 p.m. at the Harley Brown Amphitheater. For more information, visit gocot.net/concerts. Arts in the Park events are held on select nights before some of the summer concerts. The pre-concert fund features family activities, food trucks, and giveaways. Again, visit gocot.net/concerts for more information. And Thornton Park staff will conduct Thornton's first BioBlitz. It's scheduled for Friday, June 2nd at Ayler Open Space at Quebec Street and 136th Avenue. A BioBlitz documents and celebrates the rich diversity of plant species in one area. This BioBlitz comes 4 years after Thornton Parks and Open Space began Naturally Thornton, a natural resource restoration project. And Naturally Thornton is a program that transitions low-use spaces into sustainable, Colorado-friendly, water-wise landscapes.
You know, Thornton's water customers are some of the most efficient in the metro region, and what Naturally Thornton does is it has the city joining our customers in that partnership. We've been asking our customers for years to conserve water, and they've responded amazingly. And so our customers have been great partners in our demand management strategy, and they've done that through their own conservation ethic that they've adopted. The second tool is that we want to make sure that as a water utility, our systems are as efficient as possible. So we want to make sure that when we have a leaking pipe, we get out there and fix it as quickly as possible. We can use leak detection to try to identify leaks before they come to the surface. And then Naturally Thornton is really our third strategy. And what we want to do through this program is we want to lead by example and really join our partners in the community, our water customers, by converting a lot of our parks into more water-wise landscapes. Now, the Thornton parks have over 600 acres of turf to irrigate. A lot of that turf gets used for sports and for picnics. Some of the turf never gets a bare foot set on it. And so what we're doing through Naturally Thornton is we're trying to identify the appropriate landscape for the use that is being enjoyed. We want to be able to walk our talk, and we want to be able to model these landscape transformations so that as a community we can build kind of a more resilient landscape that is better adapted to the Colorado environment and can help us not just withstand droughts, but can kind of help us withstand some of the pressures that we'll be feeling as the region continues to get hotter and drier.
So in the city of Thornton, we have about 600 acres of bluegrass turf, and that requires a lot of water, especially in our high arid desert environment that we live in. And with climate change, we haven't had any noticeable drying up of the environment. Winds are a little bit hotter, days are a little bit hotter, and water usage is only increasing. So to combat that, we have created the Naturally Thornton plan to take some of that bluegrass turf out of our system and replace it with native grasses. Native grasses take half to a third the amount of water necessary to keep bluegrass active and healthy. So by simply reducing the amount of turf grass that we have and turning it into an attractive, sustainable landscape, we can reduce by 50% the amount of water that we use in parks.
We offer a wide variety of water efficiency programs for residents, businesses, and they're all available on thorntonwater.com. Also our H2 Overhaul program, there's step-by-step instructions on how to perform your own H2 Overhaul. So that's a great resource you can download. We call it the H2 Overhaul Kit. So Naturally Thornton, our H2 Overhaul for sustainable landscapes is like an extension of what homeowners have been doing, transitioning their landscapes from turf to water-wise into our park system. So it's going to be a great process to watch. We're going to be really happy with results. Our water customers have seen the difference when they install a water-wise landscape, whether it be a perennial garden or water-wise grasses. You know, it's significant. It's half of the water use outdoors, and that's treated water that we're putting on the landscape. So it's a real benefit to your water bill and to the city's water bill when you do these transformations. There's other benefits besides water savings, less application of herbicides, pesticides, less mowing required, so less staff resources. You know, lots of benefits in addition to water savings.
For more information on this process, please go to gocot.net/naturallythornton.
Seasonal jobs are now open with the City of Thornton. Parks, Mow Crew, recreation, golf, Thorn Creek Bar and Grill, and other opportunities await you. So what are you waiting for? Visit gocot.net/jobs for more information and to apply now.
Thornton has installed a new piece of public art outside of Carpenter Recreation Center. It's designed to reflect the diversity of the Thornton community and features answers to the question, what does peace mean to you? Answers are in the languages they were submitted in and provide reimagined contemporary design to the previous peace wall that was created in 2003. That's it for this edition of Thornton 360. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Until then, connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Nextdoor.